Hey everybody, welcome to Valentine TV. Today's reaction is coming from KADISHALYNN. You can find her on YouTube, also on TikTok. Um, y'all, were we tricked? I think so. I think so, but I'm still happy. I know we're over this. Supposedly be no, we're not going to be over it. I mean, as far as talking about stuff, because the lawyers keep. I just saw something else that the lawyers put in the newspapers that they're afraid that Diddy's gonna get great in prison, right? So I'm gonna find. I forgot where I saw it. I just saw it, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna find it. Okay. But anyway, I saw this one and I was thinking about it because KADISHALYNN, she's real smart with this stuff. And then Gina Han, she was at court yesterday, right? Even though I heard from my friend that the wouldn't even family and friends wouldn't even slide over and let her sit, right? She had to go to the back row and sit, right? Anyway, just think about it. Just like Adisha Lynn says, while she was talking, I'm picturing it in my head that that okay, first you let Diddy know at right way at the beginning that they was coming, that the feds was coming. They looking into you. All right. So Diddy starts to back following you. Starts back following you when he had you blocked. Then all of a sudden he re-following you. Then you okay. First Diddy unblocks you when he found out the feds looking into him. Then uh I'm gonna let KADISHALYNN and then I'm gonna talk. And hey to everybody, please hit the subscribe button. I am stuck at a number. Alright. I lost the number, but now I'm still stuck back. Could y'all please hit the subscribe button even though you're in the bushes and I see you? Please. Thank you so much. The Valentine TV, y'all. I've been working 12 hours and I'm trying. I ain't going as hard as I was when I was taking care of my mama because I was here all day, every day. But now, somebody just left me. Ain't that something? Anyway, I was going hard then. I was here all day, every day. But now I'm here. I have to work them 12 hours. I have to hit it. Anyway, I help people, y'all. So y'all help me, okay? Okay, let me go ahead. Let me go ahead with the story. All right, so KADISHALYNN, she's thinking that this was a play from the very beginning, as far as Gina Hun goes, right? Cause first she wanted to be a pseudonym, then she pretended like, oh, if Cassie can put her name out there, I can put my name out there too. That's just to get in there, right? By doing the pseudonym thing. Then she wants her name out there so Diddy and them will know that she in there now. So that now they can start contacting her and all of the. Let me let y'all hear this. Listen to this, y'all. Okay, here we go.
Okay, guys, I have to talk about this. I know Diddy's sentencing is over, but I just found out yesterday Gina actually showed up at Diddy's sentencing hearing. I have wondered since the second that prosecutors said Gina went missing, if the prosecution figured out that Gina was like a rogue witness. And now, after Gina has wrote these two letters and also showed up in person at Diddy's sentencing, I feel like this could be a huge possibility. Here's the video that the Shade Room captured yesterday of her literally at Diddy's sentencing.
Look at her. See what I mean? And she just just walking there just as bad. You know what I'm saying? And y'all know she wrote that during second letter to the judge. And KADISHALYNN'S gonna break that down too. Kadisha Lynn, but look at her. And most people don't even know who she is. Cause they ain't really paying attention. But she ended up sitting by herself. She sure look different. But here we go.
And it's just like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? And then what had me thinking this even more is the fact about what she wrote in her letter the day before sentencing to help get Diddy released.
Listen.
First of all, how she says, "No one asked me or told me to write this letter, but I felt my voice should be heard as I was identified as victim number 3." That is a very odd thing to say in the first couple of sentences to the judge. She explains that I fully cooperated with prosecutors and met with them 3 times, answered questions, gave them all information and evidence I had, including pictures, videos, and text messages from my phone. But then she would go on to claim that the prosecutor started making her feel like she was a victim and she basically didn't believe that she was a victim. But that
Okay, when you don't think you're a victim, you're a victim. She knew she was a victim the way them darn beating the way he was popping that girl, please, she knew she was a victim. You didn't never make it to number one, you still ain't gonna make it to number one. And you did all this. 2 letters, he darn ran off from the darn just ghosted the trial and then showed up at court. Girl, you a bad, bad mama jamma.
that she was a victim. But that's obviously odd when we know before Gina went missing, like prosecutors said, they said that she was ready to testify against Diddy with her name being known to the public. And then this really started to have me questioning if this was possibly like an elaborate plan that was set in motion from the very beginning, possibly working with prosecutors on purpose because you know they're going to reach out to you because of the public interviews that they admitted that they watched of her talking about Diddy on Tasha K. And then she knew at the end she was going to flip and try to save Diddy. Very interesting because it makes me think about Jane's testimony in the criminal trial where she started talking about when Cassie Ventura's lawsuit came out. She read it and she was upset with Diddy because she kind of realized this is the same exact thing that I've been going through. And there was that phone call that was placed to Jane by Diddy that he was recording and kept saying, "You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying?" He was talking really weird, basically telling Jane that it was mutual. And then Jane even testified that Diddy would end up buying her a lawyer, and there for a while, she didn't even work with prosecutors.
See, Jane, okay, Gina came out with her whole name, right? So she wouldn't hide no more. But Jane using Diddy's lawyer, so the lawyer talk, man, they said, yeah,
Around the same exact time that this stuff was happening with Jane, Diddy randomly follows Gina on Instagram after Gina had him blocked after the fallout with Young Miami. And I talked about this already, but this was reported by multiple sites. And the feds confirmed they started this investigation into Diddy in December, the same time he started following Gina. And even Tasha K came back out, throwing shots at Gina after she submitted that very first letter. And Tasha K was claiming that Gina Hunn is the one that tipped Diddy off that he was being investigated by
see,
the feds. Tasha K also alleged in a video that Gina around this time was begging Tasha K for another interview, but saying Tasha K had to pay her for it. She said it was all
y'all remember that when she was begging Tasha, no, you have to pay me, you have to pay me. And Tasha K was like, I don't pay for interviews. You have to pay me, you have to pay me. And Tasha K with, oh, she up to something.
really odd because she doesn't pay for interviews. And she said, Gina, if you want to do an interview, you can do one for free. And Gina kept persisting that she needed money for this interview. Tasha K would go on to allege that she now felt like this was because she was going to use that to try to discredit what she said on the Tasha K podcast before. basically like saying, I got money for this interview, so I can't be trusted because I fabricated my allegations for money. Tasha K said she never went through with that interview, and she honestly just felt really, really weird about everything that
Exactly.
was happening. He said that Gina Hunt also admitted to her that she was in Miami, and this is when it kind of clicked for Tasha K. She said, if you're in Miami, that means you're with Diddy right now. You find this weird because this is another thing that Jane references throughout her testimony against
See?
Diddy. Jane
So
testified that she got mad that Diddy was with a lot of different girls, and one of them was Gina Hunt. None of this facts, I just want to talk about it, but I do find all of this just really, really odd. From admitting that you worked with prosecutors, gave them evidence against Diddy and everything, 2 weeks before trial, not wanting to use a pseudonym and wanting to testify with your name being known to the public, and then a week later, according to prosecutors, just up and going missing where they can't get a hold of you or your lawyer. And the prosecution really wasn't pushing back, trying to come after you because you were subpoenaed to bring you to testify. And I feel like the only reason they did this is because they knew that you were potentially a rogue witness. And that's just my opinion. And then now we have 2 letters in support of Diddy begging for the judge to let him free. And you also showed up at his sentencing hearing and were sitting close to his family and his friends. With everything that we've heard, how Diddy treated Jane and how he bought her a lawyer and all of this stuff, and she wasn't going to work with prosecutors at first, it leaves me with a lot of questions. I almost feel like this was purposely sought out to be this way, and prosecutors were played with until they realized up at the end what was going to
yeah.
happen. Girl, hopefully it works out for you in 3 years when Diddy gets out. But all I know is we don't want to see you back up on the internet telling us anything about you and Diddy. It always just sticks in my mind how in that Tasha K interview, she talks about how she basically always wanted to be Diddy's number one. And a lot of this was apparently happening even when Diddy was still with Cassie, because Gina said that a lot of the times Diddy would say, Cassie is the good one and you are the bad one. And after all of the horrific allegations that we heard Gina say on that Tasha K interview, at this point, I don't know why anybody would want to stick up or be there for somebody like Diddy. But y'all, let me know what you guys think.
Yo, I wanted y'all to be able to keep up with all of the way she was getting it, and the way she was getting it. Yeah, and I ain't want to interrupt, but you see what I mean? Kadisha, then she put it bam, 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 and it sounded it. That's what I think happened. Jane and Gina, Daphne and Gina. Oh my lord, Daphne was Gina. I mean, Daphne was Jane, right? Okay. Y'all put what y'all think. Y'all think this is true in the put it in the comments, please. All right, thank y'all, and that's all I got about that. And hey, hit the like, subscribe, share it if you can. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for joining Valentine TV, and I'll talk to y'all later. Okay. All right.